Hey guys, how's it going? Denny Troncoso here. I have some videos today about an article recently on Barron's about this home buyer season is the worst in more than a decade by Shayna Mishkin out of Barron's. Now, first point talking in the article is existing home sales from February through May were at their lowest point for that period since 2011. So that's been the lowest, slowest season for what, 13 years now? It says that some buyers are coming into the market, but still it's not helping sales enough to beat last year, 2023. And it's based on cost increases of insurance has gone up, taxes, home prices, but the most important, the boogeyman, the monster is mortgage rates. And then of course, if home sales are down, mortgage applications are down, and that's down it's even worse since 2000. It's the lowest point. The good news is there's a possible turnaround coming in the market. So if you are been waiting on interest rates, I think we're at the bottom. I personally believe anything could change. Nothing's guaranteed, but that's just my opinion. That we're at the bottom, and we're going to start seeing things start turning around, especially closer to the end of this year. Now, new home sales are holding up well. The Fed has said that there's a possible 1 to 2 rate cuts by the end of the year. It's going to depend on inflation and it's going to depend on the economy. That's why it's like an unknown, right? It's kind of like you got to take the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, take an average, and hopefully that the average stays one. There's like a probability game. Now, one quote from the article says, once lower rates arrive, they will shake up almost every corner of the housing market. Sales will pick up. Buyers and sellers will re-enter the market. The article said, though, that home prices will stagnate or drop as supply expands. I don't know if I agree with that. It's good seeing another side of it. I personally think values are going to increase because there's just going to be so much demand coming into the market. So I don't necessarily agree with that, but I could be wrong. So let's see what happens. Home builders have said that the magic rate for healthy market is around slightly below 6%. Right now, we're higher than that. I'll tell you where we're at now. But that's the Association of Home Builders, and they expect that we're going to be slightly below 6% at the end of 2025. So in about a year to a year and a half, rates are going to be a bit lower. Now, that's for you to decide if you want to wait until then. Possibly prices could be higher then, or maybe what the article says that prices may be lower or the same. So that's your decision there. New construction typically is existing, has held up well. And the reason behind it is all the incentives that the builders are doing. They're doing closing cost incentives. They're doing incentives for upgrades, and they're doing rate buy down. So this is something, if you've been on the fence and you can't afford an existing home, hey, consider a new home. One of the things is with new homes in the past have been about 20 or 30% higher than existing homes, and currently that's not the case. They're actually almost on par. So if you're fine with a new home, some people like existing homes for the neighborhoods. It's an established neighborhood, or they've held up, through uh, hurricanes or storms, etc. So it's up to you. So, if it's your flavor, that's a great option for you to become a homeowner, and that's like really the most important thing. If you're going to do a purchase for an existing home with a home builder, you will need to work with that lender to get some of those incentives. But recently, there's been a buyer that couldn't get financing with the home builder, and they work with a mortgage broker, and that's something that you can contact me, and I would love to help you. Now, in closing, one thing it says that some people still haven't come to terms with the reality of the market. Some buyers think that it's still 2008, and some sellers still think it's 2020. They need to come together. That happens with time. I think people have been waiting on interest rates to come down for quite a bit, but slowly I think they'll get closer on the realism there. All right, and where are interest rates today? Well, around 7%. Of course, it's going to depend on your credit, how much you're putting down, a lot of factors, but rates right now are around the 7%. They really haven't moved much. They've been up and down, but 7% is where they're at now. All right, guys. Well, until then, talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.